Howdy, hey, yeah, it's time for balance changes, and, let's just say, these weapons, buffed. These ones, not so lucky, especially this one. We'll talk about it in the gameplay. The first one we got is the elf crossbow, which I think got a 33% buff, which I'm pretty sure, definitely not showing it on screen or looking back on Discord. Which I'm not. Surprisingly, I should be, but whatever. I'm just taking a wild guess. But this thing, I don't really know if it deserved the buff or not. Considering it was probably perfectly fine, I just had a lot of experience with it. But it was probably good for what it was. It's about damn time they actually, did this one. This one is maybe my favorite one out of the technical ones because this thing is funny looking. The Unfriendly Bat. Now, this is my favorite melee, hands down, looks wise, not power wise, but it's my favorite out of the most of them. But I will say this one's gonna be important later in a video. I'm just saying, I'm giving hints. This one's gonna be important, an all-around classic, and I can technically still see the snowball asset. Why is that there? I don't know. But anyway, the Wave Pulsator, one of my favorite, well, besides the Unfriendly Bat, one of my favorite ones. I hope to God that this thing is like a 2-shot kill, or like a 1. I'm kidding on the 1-shot kill, by the way. I don't want any more of those that there is now in the Ultimatum, but still, this thing would really, I hope it's good. Now, I'm gonna just say this right now. I do not own some of the snipers that are buffed, well, the 3 that were buffed, but I do own one, I do own the 3 that were debuffed, and this one I kind of want to do because I'll tell you during the gameplay. The first of my favorite many. This one's probably number 5 on my list of favorites, and now that it got buffed, woohoo! I'm really happy about this one. The Demolition Exoskeleton was one of the first exoskeletons I got, besides, afterward came the sniper, and the primary. These are the ones that are positives, and after 2 games with these, I'll show the negative ones. So, I do believe these weapons are actually good, though that'll be saved for the final review, where I just, pick some random ones and see how I do for, 2 games at least, because I'm doing 6 games every single video. Well, that's what I basically do to record these things, so let's change this up a bit. Nice transition, right? So, the Xmas vibes. I don't know why this got nerfed. Hell, this is the same story with the elf, but technically different? Now, this. This. Before it was nerfed, there was a lot of people using it. Well, it's basically the best version of the Rebel. Well, if it was now just not nerfed. But since it is now nerfed, and it probably took a very heavy hit, people are probably not going to use this as much, considering, why would they use the thing that literally got nerfed? Now, this had to go, because this thing, woo boy, only 2 swings and it was over. I don't know why they didn't change the range, because the range is ridiculous, and you can check out my Bloody Terrax video, which will be in the link in the description, but the range is more the problem, more of it just the weapon. There was only technically 1 that was nerfed, and it was this. I never really used it, but the only thing that was basically changed was the mobility, though it's still basically the nerf, so I'll use it, even though I said I wouldn't use weapons that got nerfed with mobility or whatever, or positive with nerf and damage or whatever. The Fatal Decorator. Now, why am I not going to use the bow for this one? Well, there's actually a specific reason, but I'll tell you, Probably want to mix up the things, but yeah, this one is a really good sniper. Well, before it got nerfed, but I hope it's still good, considering I have a bit not really practice with this thing. And it is said that the rage is gone down from 10 to 5. So we'll see how that plays out in deathmatch. Now this, I had a lot of problems with this thing. Okay, let me explain. It's basically like a discount version of like, let me scroll up here. This thing right here, it's like a discount of this. Let me explain why. This comes at legendary, but if you put it to mythical, it becomes Jesus at this point. So let's get started and pretty much prove that these things might be a bit more nerfed or not. Okay, so that was, I guess that's a showing of what these weapons are like now. I guess from the debuffs, but, I can tell from the last game that since it was like a bot game and all that, it was like one person playing. Didn't really show that much, but, what are you gonna do with servers nowadays? They're not that great. Now, let's, I guess, shuffle these around to things that I didn't cover or just, you know, having a random loadout for 2 rounds. So let's do it. Okay, it's time for that cliche to go, right? So, these are our weapons that I will be using, and let's just say one of them is very, very controversial. Not controversial, but you know what I mean. Which is basically now officially nerfed. Which I will say bullcrap, because this thing will probably still shred people.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
Hello there. Hello?
Well, looks like that's it for this video. Anyway, I guess. So, I think the Sock Bomber needs a tiny bit more buff. Well, not buff. Hell no. A nerf at least. Along with the fact that, you know, Temple Guardian also needed to. So, yeah, I see the buff and debuffs are, good. So anyway, like, subscribe. It's cliche, but I'll see you guys next time.